The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Did Frank Reich's best friend, Boomer Esiason, reveal who the Jets are going after to be their quarterback? We'll talk about that and much more. GreenBean's going to join us. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
I let the organization down, and I let the players down, and that burns me. It really does. This season's on me, and we're going to work our ass off to get this shit exactly where it needs to be.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. As always, we're presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. I want to shout out anyone who listens via the podcast for the show. So the show's live on YouTube every single day, twice a day. But those of you who don't watch it on YouTube and you listen on either Apple or Spotify, thank you. I was just told by my podcast people that the month of January was the most listened to month in the history of this show in audio form since we started making the show available as a podcast. So thank you to anyone who listens via Apple or Spotify. This one is for you. With that, we say hello to a guy I love, a guy I respect, but he's a guy I barely recognize these days. It's our guy GreenBean who joins us now. GB, no beard. It's still just weird for me to get used to this. How you doing?
Yeah, it's a weird thing, man. Why isn't my light on, Jake? My little light's supposed to be on. So I want to really highlight my beardlessness. Let me see. I'll fix this. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm still getting used to it myself, bro. So, hey, change is inevitable, they say.
A lot of change for the New York Jets. How's that for a segue? New offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, who's also kind of the head coach at the same time.
Yeah.
You want to break it down that way. This is the first time I've had you on since all the staff changes. So let's start there before we talk about specifically what Boomer Esiason had to say about his best friend, Frank Reich. Your thoughts on the Jets coaching staff after they finalized the offensive staff yesterday?
Well, I think Wilkes was garbage. So it's addition by subtraction. Duker, he's an assistant to Aaron Glenn. So do you think would you have preferred Aaron Glenn over Steve Wilkes as a defensive coordinator? I would say yes, right? Now, the offense, we don't really know what Engstrand was or is. Here's the facts. Justin Fields, who was not a great quarterback, had his worst year under Engstrand. Tyrod Taylor was okay, I guess. And then the rookie, who, whatever you make out of it, he couldn't do anything with him either. So there's not much to support the idea that he was worth anything, right? Like it could be seen as this, hey, the Jets identified that he was underwater. He wasn't getting out anytime soon and they cut ties. I don't know. This organization doesn't do anything right, so it's hard to give him any benefit of the doubt. But you can't deny Frank Reich knows football. We were talking about it earlier. He came into the league in 1985. That's a long time, Jake. It's 41 years or so of being in the NFL, and half of that was coaching. So it's like, I don't know, man. And then you add this Musgrave character and Seth Ryan, and all right. They're the old guard. All right, that is what it is. But I don't think you can deny that Musgrave's an improvement over London.
You weren't a fan of a running back who's mainly coached only running backs, being the quarterback coach that was going to, quote, unlock Justin Fields?
That's what it was, man. Yeah. How do you not just brim with excitement over that? It's like, it's this crazy thing with the Jets. we do this constantly. I mean, look, we used a number 2 pick on Zach Wilson, and we gave him a quarterback coach who was a quality. He was capped previously at quality control. He's and he stayed the entire time. He was Aaron Rodgers' quarterback coach here.
He taught Rodgers a lot, clearly.
I mean, he's another one who regressed for the Jets. So, I mean, it's kind of what we do. The previous regime had no quarterback coach under Adam Gase, no real offensive coordinator. Gase was going to do everything. So we historically don't even give a shit about the quarterback position. So Musgrave is an incredible improvement over what we've done. So how do you not at least go, all right, okay, I see it.
I like it. I like that take. That's my favorite take yet on the Bill Musgrave hire. Rockness Monster checks in. GreenBean looks like a different person, way more aerodynamic. Do you feel faster without the beard? Are you able to move and run faster?
Not only do I feel faster, I have tested myself. I am 4 points faster. So I was running a 7.4. I'm down to a 7 without the beard.
Wow. Get ready, Indy. The combine is
That's
ready
right,
for
man.
GreenBean.
I'm coming for Rich Eisen.
Oh, man. GreenBean with us. If you got a question or super chat, a comment you want us to acknowledge, make sure you write it in. Super chats, of course. We'll cut the line. I also want to mention this. End of this show. So this is your last show to enter. We give away a signed helmet by Jets great Wayne Corbett. Gift a membership to qualify for the helmet. And when you do that, you also will be entered in the weekly raffle on Friday for a signed Nick Mangold jersey, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, and a signed jersey by each member of the legendary New York Sack Exchange. So make sure you enter the raffle, especially during this show, if you want a chance to win a signed Wayne Corbett helmet. With that, I'm going to play some sound now. This was on WFAN yesterday. Boomer Esiason, who's a close friend of Frank Reich, they got dinner the night that Reich interviewed officially for the job. So they've maintained, obviously, a close relationship. They were teammates at Maryland. And this was Boomer talking about Frank Reich and the quarterback that Frank Reich in particular, what he likes, and let's connect the dots here, who these quarterbacks might be.
I don't think anybody under 6 foot is playing quarterback for the Jets.
Okay.
That's just me, and that's just me knowing my friend and knowing what my friend likes in terms of attributes of quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's got a little person phobia, right? Can't be around little people.
No, he doesn't have a phobia. It's a reality check in the NFL about what type of quarterback works and what type of quarterback can, stand in there and sustain the hits that are required.
Okay.
So I would think anybody that is, I would say 6'2" to 6'5", anybody that's probably 205 to 240, and somebody with a modicum amount of movement, just a little bit of movement that can run a little bit here, run a little bit there if they need a first down or two, and somebody who is going to be very smart. Somebody's going to have to be proficient in reading defenses, getting to the line of scrimmage, getting the team into the right run game, right checks, all the different things that are required from a top-end quarterback dealing with a top-end offensive system. That's the way I would put it. So,
is Kirk Cousins a big strapping stud?
yeah.
Is he, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
he fits the measurables.
But is he? I don't.
Dude, he fits the measurables.
He's not that tall, though, is he?
It's like 6'2". Is he like 6'2" or 3"?
He's 6'3", okay.
Yeah, no, he fits anything 6'2" to 6'5". I told you. 195 to 240, somewhere in there.
Okay, so based on that, here are some quarterbacks that we could discuss that Frank Reich is going to tell Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji he needs.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, 6'3". Derek Carr, 6'3". Jacoby Brissett, 6'4". And here is a quarterback we can eliminate, Jet fans. 5'10", Kyler Murray. GreenBean, your thoughts on Boomer's comments there?
Well, it's funny because Kyler Murray came to mind, but another one, I'm really wanting the Jets to draft Pavia, and he's out now too. So that's a shame.
You and Beningo want Pavia.
Dude, you know what? I've had it. Like I've had it with this team. I think we overthink it, Jake. I think we're trying to be a real team. We're not a real team. Like I was saying it before, like we got to get analytics out. We didn't reach analytics yet. It's like we just got to high school. We know, make sure we know arithmetic. You can't give me calculus freshman year. I'm not ready for that. So like we just need to get a guy. He's a winner. He runs around. He's pissed off. He's kind of a butthole. He offends people. Like, just throw him out there. Let him run around with Garrett Wilson and Braylon Allen and all these guys. And let's just get fucking 4 yards a play. Can we just do that? Let's start with that. That's what I'm thinking. Instead of like, all right, well, we got to have the measurables and 6'3" and make sure his arm is, velocity and all these thoughts and numbers is under 34 degrees when his toes are curled. He can't throw more than 44 yards and fucking wind chill. It's like, I don't care. Just, can we get football players on the field already? Pavia. That's what I want.
5'9" and 3/4. Sign us up, baby. GreenBean wants Pavia as the Jet QB. Look, if they're going to just base it based on height as the barometer, then Russell Wilson, he's not an option. Kyler, he's not an option. If we're talking about guys in the draft, I mean, would they use a premium pick on Trinidad Chambliss? He's a little smaller. He's under 6'2". Probably not. So you kind of get an idea here. If they're going to allow Frank Reich, to quote Aaron Glenn, be the head coach of the offense, he's going to have major sway in what they do. So I really think the Jet quarterback, gun to my head right now, is one of either Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, or they trade for Jacoby Brissett. Now, those are the three I have focused in on based on what Frank Reich values in a quarterback and just the personality fit as well. They need someone that is willing to be a veteran mentor, because I do think they're going to draft someone at some point, maybe not at 2 or 16 of round 1, but I'd be stunned if they didn't come away from this draft with a quarterback at some point.
No doubt. So look, I'm right with you. I want to tell you, I am lockstep. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to say it's Derek Carr. I just feel it's like it's too much to deny he's coming, and they're going to use a first or second round pick on a quarterback, and they're going to try to develop him, whether that's Ty Simpson, if he's sitting there at 16. Dude, if they listen to this, and I'm not saying I would do this, but if they want Ty Simpson at 16, like if they're like, we're taking him at 16, then take him at 2. That's the way I see it. So it's like, I'm not saying they should or shouldn't, but I think they're going to want him. And I think waiting, if he's your guy, it's a quarterback, just do it. Don't take the who cares about Arvell Reese, dude? I could seriously give 2 shits about Arvell Reese. If you want your quarterback, just take him rather than waiting and then going, oh, well, we're going to pivot now to this other guy, Carson Beck or whoever. But using a first or second round pick, having Derek Carr, who I was just listening to O'Leary say he didn't even have surgery. He just let the wound heal. Is this accurate, Jake? He tore his rotator cuff or whatever, and he just let it heal?
I thought he had the surgery, but I haven't done enough research into Carr other than he retired, and then his shoulder, I read the report, is fully healthy now. So did he have it or not have it? Either way, the thing with Carr that scares me, he hasn't played football, and the last time he played, he wasn't very good, and he's been injury prone. Like, does it magically get better because he was good with Bill Musgrave a decade ago? That to me sounds a lot like, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers won an MVP with Nathaniel Hackett as his OC. I don't know if we could really correlate the success rate based on that.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it sounds like. And here we go again. It's like, how many times are we going to repeat this stuff? Am I lagging? I can move if I'm lagging.
You are. Well, it's interesting. Your audio sounds clear. Your voice is not matched up with your mouth moving right now. So it's a fascinating thing to look at.
Yeah, it's weird. So my mouth is coming in later, right?
Yes.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to move, okay? Just bear with me.
Switcheroo, they call it. Ladies and gentlemen, GreenBean will be right back with us. In the meantime, I could shout out the Dominican Destroyer, who's the first to enter our Wayne Corbett autographed helmet giveaway. Hit it, Fireman Ed.
How about we might as well be on a cyclone in Brooklyn on the boardwalk, because this is how the game's going. Up and down, up and down. Can we get off already? Can we get off?
Yeah, we're getting off all right. It's a wild show here on a hump day. Wink, wink. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Gator writes in, why is GreenBean's voice coming out of this imposter? The guy looks like he should be on the cover of Gentleman's Quarterly. GreenBean without the beard, man. Crazy. Crazy to see. Mike Duramo in the house. I want a Curtis Martin jersey with 1 gifted membership. Gift them to your fellow Asmaniac and smash the like button. Mike, that you did. That you did. That jersey, by the way, has officially been ordered, so you will get that in the near future. Jake Quest says, I watched Jake on the documentary on the Monday Night Miracle, and every time he talked, I was thinking of him watching the game in his onesie pajamas. I appreciate you watching it. That clip of Fireman Ed, by the way, is from that doc. If you're a Patreon user, I posted the full doc on the Patreon. Can't post it on YouTube. It gets copyrighted, obviously. But if you want to watch the documentary on the Jets comeback against the Dolphins 26 years ago on Monday Night Football, known as the Monday Night Miracle, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Lou B in the house. We're cooking up something big with Lou B. Wait till we share that news in the coming weeks. Tanner McKee, Fitz Frank also. Hi, GreenBean. Tanner McKee has never played anything of significance at the NFL level. I don't know why people are touting Tanner McKee. Like, because he was okay in the preseason. Like, when he played in the regular season this year, I didn't see anything great. He was a 6th-round pick. I don't quite get the McKee thing. I mean, if you want to try and connect dots, Frank Reich coached at Stanford. McKee is, played college ball there, so maybe he's got more insight from people who knew McKee around the program there. But he never coached them. So, I don't know. Omar Ochoa has gifted 1 membership. Oh, yeah, let's go.
It's J-E-T-S, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
If you got a membership from Omar, you thank him. The person who got it is Isaac B33. Okay, let's say hello to Mr. GreenBean again, and hopefully his mouth moves at the same time that words are supposed to be coming out of it. Hello, GB.
What do you think of my new apartment? You like it?
Kyle Clifton lives there a lot of times, too.
Frankie from Flatbush used to live here. We share it. It's a timeshare.
What's the deal with your guy, Frankie? He's like taking on everyone on the Jets beat every day on his channel. I get a kick out of it. He hates Samini, Connor Hughes, Costello. He goes after all those guys.
That's his thing, man. Look, the thing is I don't disagree a lot of the time. I've been saying all that shit but hey, look, that's his platform. He wants to, he's not happy with this beat. So hey,
I love it.
Me too. I think it's fun.
He's a wild one. Big fella says, your thoughts on a room of Carr, Hooker, and T. Green. I don't know if Hendon Hooker can be my number 2 quarterback. He's a friend of the show, super nice guy. Wish him well. I would like them to have Carr, a different veteran. Maybe Tyrod is brought back, and then draft someone like Taylor Green, or you draft someone like Garrett Nussmeier, whoever your flavor of the month is at the quarterback spot on day 2 or day 3. So be it. I don't know. Derek Carr, he's always hurt, and then Hendon Hooker's playing for you. And then the rookie, is he ready at that point? I don't know. I think they need another veteran with Carr instead of Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think use a premium pick on a quarterback and Carr's going to get hurt within the first 3 weeks.
Do you want Ty Simpson, though? Because you're not going to take him at 2. Would you take him at 16?
I'll take him at 2.
Would you?
No, would I? No. But if the Jets are hoping to get him at 16, just take him. Like, stop. Don't play the game. Don't play the game. Just do it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I think that they should, but if that's their plan, it's like, hey, we really want Ty Simpson at 16. If that's their plan, he's not making it to 16. Just do it. Just get it done. You got another first-round pick. Get him a wide receiver. Stop with this defense craziness and just do it. But Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, I mean, dude, you can get Drew Allar later, if you want to do that. But, let him sit for a month. I mean, I don't know if Derek Carr is going to make it 3 or 4 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Problem. He's always hurt. I'd rather Cousins for that exact reason.
Dude, look, Cousins is another option. Like you said, trading for Brissett. Supposedly he's not on the market, but that stuff can change. And Frank Reich's history and all that. So who knows? But those are the 3 guys I think as well. But I think it's going to be Carr because it's very important that our quarterback gets hurt. And people don't understand that that's the narrative. That's what we have to keep going. So Carr is going to come here. He's going to look really good week one in an amazing 1-point loss. And then he's going to get hurt. And then we'll watch the rookie. So it's got to be a premium rookie. That's my thoughts, Jake. That's what I think.
This franchise has really beaten you down bad, haven't they?
I am beat up, dude. But I think I might be having more fun than I've ever had this offseason. I don't know what it is. I've transcended, maybe. I've leveled up in my ability to laugh at the pain. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's called slap happy, is what it is. When you punch somebody in the face so many times, they start giggling and laughing like, all right, whatever, man, keep it coming. And that's where I am, I think.
This fan base is the best, and this franchise is just
the
worst. The worst.
Well, let me ask. So, are you not into Ty Simpson? I mean, like, let's say he makes it to 16. Let's say they take Arvell Reese or Carnell Tate or whoever at 2, and then they get to 16 and he's on the board. You taking him?
I wouldn't take him. I don't believe in him as a first round guy. He's only started 15 games. Didn't end great for him. The history of guys at that position with that few of starts going in round 1 is an abomination. And I don't trust our coaching staff. I think they're getting fired in a year. So I rather just wait till 27 and pair up our new coach with the quarterback that they take then. We have 3 1s. I'll wait. Plus, we're going to play the Frank Reich height game. Ty Simpson's 6'1", 6'2". We'll see what he actually measures at the combine in a few weeks. I don't think he fits. I don't love the player enough to take the big swing in round 1.
That's how I feel. I mean, I go back and forth on 16. Like I said, if they're going to do it, just do it. If that's your guy, just do it. That's my thought. Like, don't lose him. But I'm with you. But I don't think taking a quarterback this year precludes us from taking a quarterback next year. And like you said, if they take a quarterback this year and he sucks, then they're all going to get fired anyway, because Carr's not making it through the season. Cousins ain't making it through the season. I mean, look, when's the last time? I think, it was Aaron Rodgers, interestingly enough. But like, generally speaking, the last 4 or 5 games of the season, we're looking at some weird no-name quarterback throwing the ball. That's kind of our experience. So a guy who's been injured coming to the Jets, this isn't the place where the injury history disappears. This is a place where the injury history comes to roost. This is a place where guys like Chuck Clark and Dwayne Brown, who've never been injured, they come here and they step on the field for one day. Dude, Dwayne Brown was here 4 days and tore his shoulder, and he hasn't been injured in 15 years. Chuck Clark never missed a game, and he was out for the season in training camp. So, like, I don't know, man. Derek Carr, huh? All right, here we go. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it, Jake.
So you think Carr's going to end up being the guy?
I do. And I think that he's going to make it 3 to 4 games max. That's what I see.
I can't argue with you. I mean, I could see them bringing him in. I do. I could totally see it. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a 10 spot? Our first of the day from one of the greats, Janice Jet, in the Asmaniac raffle for 10. And in honor of GreenBean being on the show, why don't we play a Jet chant that he was a part of? The one from the Matt O'Leary wedding. Look at that beard there. I missed it. I forgot what it looked like.
I was like, who is that old man touching my wife?
Oh, man. This one is from Mike Perez. Janice, thank you. I got you the raffle for 10. Wayne Corbett signed helmet is the top prize today, folks. So make sure you enter, support the show, gift the membership like Janice did. She just got 10 raffle tickets by gifting 10 memberships. Mike says, Jake, my brother, after speaking to current players this past week, have your feelings changed a little about AG? I'll hate for us to go and get 7 wins and miss out on Mike Tomlin or Sean McDermott. No, my feelings have not changed at all. My love for Harrison Phillips has certainly increased. That guy's a leader, and regardless what happens with Glenn, he should be here for the long haul. He's a good player. He's an awesome culture guy. Like, they need more guys with that mentality to get rid of the same old Jets culture that just engulfs the franchise. But No, I mean, Aaron Glenn, I think, is a terrible coach until proven otherwise. He went 3-14. He looked inept. You can make a strong case he could have been one and done. He wasn't. So I will root for him to improve, prove me wrong, and be great. But, nothing the Jets say or do in the offseason is going to change how I think many of us feel. You got to show us on the field if you want Jet fans to truly buy back in.
So are you're not buying season tickets? Is that what you're saying?
I will not be, but I'll go to my at least one game. We'll do the Asmaniac meetup game for one of them. I went to one home game this past year. That was it.
Yeah, me too, man. It's too much. And then, it's like, I mean, all that, look, with all due respect, I went when I had season tickets for like 7 years, I think it was, it was a terrible, terrible time. It was all during Code Tight and all that shit, and Bruce Coslett and Pete Carroll and all those years. So I get it, but I mean, this is truly painful stuff anymore. Like, you know what it was? You know what was different, Jake? Back then, the stadium, when we sucked, the stadium was empty. Now when we suck, it's 80-20 the other team's fans. And that is way worse. It's like, I mean, I don't, it's bad enough to be losing among Jets fans, but it's worse when they're all around you yelling and screaming and saying stuff, and you can't even get up and hit somebody in the face anymore. Back in my day, it was fun. You could do that. You could just punch somebody. It was fine. Nobody cared. All right. Like, that was the thing. All right, settle down. Now it's like, you go into jail and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's you got a great point. I mean, look, bringing on Frank Reich and Musgrave, and even adding Carl Dunbar to the defensive staff, and hey, Duker as an assistant. Okay, we freshened up around here.
The Duke of defense. I'm excited.
The Duke. I like that. The Duke of defense. But like they freshened it up here, with some people that you can honestly say know the game of football. They know how to develop players. They've done it. They've done it at the highest level. Now, it's been a minute since they've done it. Okay, so there's that. But they've done it. Now we're, so we can at least say we're not looking at Robert Saleh and Downing and Keith Carter and all these guys. We're like, what are they doing? Now we got guys, at least they know the NFL. They know what to do. So that could at least give us some hope, because that's what it's all about, man. We can draft anybody we want. When you give the number 2 overall pick to Rob Calabrese, I mean, what do you want to happen? I mean, he's got to overcome that ineptitude just to be great or to be good. Didn't happen. So I don't know, man. Like, it's having 2 firsts and 2 seconds should be really, really exciting. But it's like, we're giving it to a staff that it's tough to be excited about. It's tough.
They haven't given us anything to really latch on to. And what's tricky is I'm now going to do the rest of the show from the GreenBean estate, because you were kind enough to let me use it. What's tricky about this GreenBean is that in the past, when the Jets have been picking this high, it's like, well, they're going to take a quarterback. But there's no obvious quarterback for them to take here. So it's like we can't, like, it ended horribly with Zach Wilson, but we were excited when they picked him. We tried to buy in and believe. We got nothing, right? I mean, we just watched Sam Darnold go out there and win the Super Bowl. So it even shows you that you could actually be excited, pick the right quarterback, and the Jets will still jet it up by failing to develop and put that quarterback in the right environment. Like, Sam was the guy. They drafted a Super Bowl winning quarterback. They just failed him. The second they hired Adam Gase, Sam Darnold's chances of ever panning out in New York went up in flames.
Remember Adam Gase with 2 games left? They interviewed him, and they were like, hey, do you have any regrets? Whatever. He said, I don't think we did a good enough job developing Sam. It's like, you think? Well, maybe you should have got a quarterback coach and an offensive coordinator, Mr. Guru. Remember they were calling him the Guru?
The quarterback whisperer.
Yeah. For what?
They got Peyton Manning his coffee.
Peyton Manning was already Peyton Manning when Adam Gase showed up.
No. Adam Gase, it was that latte in the morning that Gase knew exactly what to put in there.
Peyton Manning was like, man, I really love playing Magic the Gathering with him. He's super smart. Fucking Chris Johnson. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's such a great point. It's like, it's one more kick in the pants. It's like, we have the number 2 pick in a draft with one quarterback in it. And that's what we need. It's just crazy. Now, how mad or how happy would you be if the Jets used some of next year's capital to get up to number 1?
I love Mendoza. I don't believe the Raiders would really take any offer. I just don't see it.
No.
I mean, are you going to offer them 4-1s to move up one spot? Like, that's where it would start. I'm not doing it.
You just can't. Yeah. So that's the thing. You're kind of stuck. But if Kubiak doesn't love him, who knows?
I don't know. I don't think Kubiak's taking that job unless he loves him. You know, like Kubiak's not going to go to a place where he doesn't have a quarterback. He obviously looked at the Raiders, saw they had the number 1 pick, probably looked at film on Mendoza, said, "Yep, I'm good with it. I'm ready to roll.
Let's do it." Yeah, it makes sense. That's probably what happened. Yeah, so they're not moving off. So we can take one of these other scrubs, and just see what happens. Oh God. I don't know what to say anymore, Jake. It's fucking crazy. So we're going to draft defense. We're going to get Arvell Reese or Sonny Styles up top, and then hopefully get a wide receiver.
Kyle Lemon, man. Put on the tape. You'll love Lemon. Squeeze some lemons in people's eyes.
I love them. No, I'm telling you, I love these guys. It's a year when like quarterback's the only balm for this burn. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it is. You can keep, look, you can build the roster out and everything, but then, look, I think if we do fail this year and Aaron Glenn is let go and all that stuff, we're very attractive next year. We got 3 firsts, the whole thing. Anybody would want to come and be part of that. But do you think Muji makes it through the Aaron Glenn purge?
Well, I think how he does this offseason will determine that. Like if I think a lot of Jet fans are like, all right, Muji, I thought was okay his first year. There were some good moves, good trades, good value on the trades. He added some nice pieces in season. There's something there. The first draft class doesn't look horrible. The day 3 picks they lit on fire, but it looks like they got a home run. Membu, Mason Taylor looks like he's going to be a nice player. There's not nothing there. There's some pieces. If they have another good draft, 4 picks, top 44, maybe some good free agent moves, a trade here or there, you can make a case maybe he sticks around and is a part of hiring the next coach. You could argue that. I think right now it's more likely than not they blow the whole thing up, especially if you're going to try and get like Mike Tomlin or someone who's going to want his own personnel guy. But I think there is a path where Muji's around and Glenn isn't.
How do you feel about the Mike Tomlin thing? Because we're going to have to trade for him, right?
I'll take him. Again, I think Pittsburgh would let him out of his deal pretty reasonably too. I don't think it would be an arm and a leg. Mike Tomlin would be perfect to me. They need someone that could bring back respectability to the franchise. People are like, Arch Manning will never come to the Jets. 1, I don't buy that. And 2, if you had the top pick and Mike Tomlin's your coach, you don't have to worry about that. Like they need someone like what Harbaugh's about to do for the Giants. That's what the Jets desperately need.
Yeah, I know. I'm riddled with envy for the Giants. Riddled.
They're going to be good. Watch. They're going to be good with him.
Oh, no doubt. He's one of the best coaches in the league. I mean, they've been relevant his entire stay. His entire time. 18 years, was it? 18 years, dude. You know how many coaches we've had in 18 years? I don't. I can't count like that. That's a lot of coaches. 18 years. That is the 1990s. I mean, dude, how many coaches have we had since then? It's crazy.
It is hard to fathom. It really is. It is hard to fathom. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Doc Jet fan in the house regarding Muji's scouting department. Do we know much about them? This is their first actual real-time draft given May 1st. These scout contracts end. Look, he's got all his people in place now. They hired a bunch of new scouts. Robbie Payton was down at the Senior Bowl. He was one of the big hires that Muji made last year when he got the job. He's Muji's number 2. Again, I think what we know is that Darren Muji's had his influence over the front office. Now we'll see how that translates to the pro scouting side when they sign free agents and how that obviously translates to what they're going to do in the draft.
Yeah, I think the initial question, do we know much about them? The answer is no. But they're his guys. So they're going to be a little bit more lockstep in their ideas. I mean, look, when we reached for Arian Smith, that's technically speaking, I mean, it's Muji's choice to reach for him and make the selection, but he's going off the data that's collected by Joe Douglas's team. So that's what it is. This will be the first year. Like it's we're gonna see this, but this is standard stuff. We just don't know a lot about these guys. But like you said, man, look, if you're gonna hit on picks, your first two is the ones you if you do that every single year and then find a couple depth pieces and all that on the back end, you're doing fine. So Membu and Taylor, I think are hits. We didn't have a quarterback that could really get Taylor the ball. When we did, he looked good. I think he's a good player, good young player. Membu, obviously, I mean, he did his job. He made his case. So I think we're doing okay. And then we got some guys, Malachi Moore and Thomas. I mean, they're going to need to develop. But there's some meat on the bone there. So who knows, man? I think Muji did okay, but we'll see what he looks like with his guys in place. And they have pretty much a year to evaluate these guys and do their scouting and all that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
By the way, 18 years ago, that was in the 90s.
Yeah, I know. I it's funny. When I said it, about 15 seconds later, I thought to myself, it's 2026. And I was like, don't bring it up. Nobody, it flew through. It made it through.
I was thinking, I was like, I'm bad at math, but I'm like, something off
Well,
with it. And then I saw the chat. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, look, one thing I said many, many times, man, is like math is not my gig. And I get lost in the sauce quick. So there you go. There's proof, right? I'm not just talking shit. I'm not good in that area.
If you think you're bad, I mean, I am the absolute worst in that department. Now, we mentioned
I
Sam.
like that it took you 10 minutes to say that.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
I was like, huh. We mentioned Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, this is why Jet fans love him. For those who missed it, Sam Darnold at a Raising Cane's event yesterday said this when asked about Jet fans showing support for him.
That's all you can ask for as a player is to be, feel supported, especially by the team that drafted me. And, I always look at myself and feel like I could have done a lot more for that franchise when I was there. And the fact that they're able to support me even through that means a lot.
It kills me what they did to Sam Darnold because he was the guy and they blow it.
I don't know, Jake. Was he the guy? I mean, look, we didn't do him any favors, right? We didn't give him an offensive line. We had nobody to throw to.
His one good receiver was Robbie Anderson. They let him walk.
They did. And his rookie year, he was developing a rapport with Terrell Pryor. They had 3 touchdowns in 2 games, and we cut him mid-season, just out of nowhere. We never even got an explanation for that one. They're like, he's gone. So I don't know.
Chris Herndon was good at the end of Sam's rookie year, too.
Oh,
we
that
had something there.
One catch. Remember the catch? The Chris Herndon catch?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Chris Herndon. What a scrub. We got a 6th for him or something, or 4th, something like that we got for him. But yeah, I mean, we didn't do him any favors, but again, he went down to Carolina, dude. He had Joe Brady as an offensive coordinator. He had Matt Rule, who was an offensive-minded coach. They had a young Terrace Marshall. They had Robbie Anderson. They had DJ Moore. They had McCaffrey, who got hurt midseason or like game 5 or whatever it was. And Sam sucked. He needed that year on Shanahan's bench, and then he went back with McCown and O'Connell, and there was a road. Like Sam, look, he took the hard road, and he made good. I don't know you look at what we did here. So if we gave him Rob Calabrese, was he gonna? That's who was here.
Would have been more LaFleur coaching. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think he would have been great with the Jets if they kept him. It just shows you how important the coaching stuff is. And like the infrastructure the Jets have put together for any of these guys has been terrible. Now, I think Zach Wilson would have sucked no matter what.
Yeah,
I just think he was that bad. Again, Sean Payton couldn't fix him. Miami skipped over him for a 7th round pick this year and yours when they had a chance to see what they had in them. So I think Zach is just bad. But we saw the talent with Sam. The last 4 games of his rookie year, he led the NFL in passer rating. Like he was 7-6 when he started post mono in 2019. Like there were signs that he was going to be good, and they blew it.
They did blow it though. Yeah, I mean it's like look, you said it, man. Coaching is literally everything, because you see these teams like the Steelers during Tomlin's tenure and previously Cowher, like it doesn't matter who they lose player-wise. They're still the Steelers. And the Ravens have been that way. It's like, it's granted they had Flacco and then Lamar Jackson, so that helps. But it's, and the Steelers had Roethlisberger. So you got to get that quarterback, but it's about the coaching, man. You can lose your star defensive end, your linebackers, your wide receivers. Doesn't matter. You got the coach and you got the quarterback. You got the system in place, and anybody who comes in just falls right into it. That's what we don't do. We cheap out on the coaching staff. We want to hire these rookies, and then we get mad when they suck. I'm telling you. It's out of control. I can't handle it anymore, Jake.
It never ends. Hey, you ready for this? Here's Sam Darnold with his speech at the parade today in Seattle.
Yeah, 12s! Yeah, I just want to say I've talked a lot this last week about belief. A lot of people, didn't believe in me, but it didn't matter because the ones that are close believed in me, including y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. That short list also includes Jody Allen, John Schneider, Mike McDonald, man. I appreciate the belief y'all had in me for signing me this past year. And last but certainly not least, these players, man, for believing in me. I wouldn't be here without these guys. This defense, man. Hey, can we give it up one more time for this defense?
I want to die.
Man, Sam Darnold, Super Bowl champion. That should have been us at the parade today.
Jake, I don't know why we can't figure it out, buddy. I don't know why we can't just be competent, relevant. Like, it's not just, all right, well, Sam's won a Super Bowl. It's like, oh, in the meantime, we are the laughing stock of the league. The entire time.
Well, just think about it like this. The Jets have this 15-year playoff drought. During that span, New England won a couple more Super Bowls. Brady left, won another Super Bowl. Belichick bottomed out, had 2 bad years in a row. They fired him. Then they bring in Gerard Mayo. He sucked. They fire him. Then they hire Vrabel year 1 with a year 2 quarterback right back in the Super Bowl, all while the Jets have not even come close to even just like making the playoffs. Even Belichick without Brady made the playoffs with Mac Jones that 1 year. Then they got killed by the Bills in the wild card round. Like, the Jets can't even sniff 8 wins. They won. The most they ever won was 7 the last 10 years. It's insane.
It's insane. And one of those years we were 7-3. And
they were 6-3 and 7-4. Yeah, 2022. Yeah,
right. So we would have, and that year it ended up, if we would have won one more game, we would have made the playoffs, and we couldn't do it.
Nope.
We were beat. We were done. Saleh was Mr. Motivation. Couldn't get him to fucking one more victory, man. Oh, it's brutal, dude. It's the most brutal. I think it's all just maximum pain, dude. That's what this whole experience is. It's like, how come? I mean, somebody said to me on a stream the other day, well, hey, at least it can't get worse. I said, dude, how dare you? How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it looks like, I mean, where is the floor? You look, I mean, dude, there's still 3 games lower to go. I mean, we can pull out an 0-16. And if we're 0-16, we could be there's still the worst 0-16. I mean, is there lower than that? What, does the plane have to crash? I don't even know what could do it, but there's clearly lower. You bring in Derek Carr, we're going to figure it out. I am telling you, this is the route. We're going to find lower caverns of pain. I know it.
Unreal. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We'll take your calls with GreenBean before we say farewell to him. If you're just tuning in, enter the raffle. Let's make someone happy today. We got a signed Wayne Corbett helmet up for grabs, so keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to your calls now. Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is where we're headed. First up today is a man that we call around these parts the Beast.
I got gas right now.
Wow.
Tribute to Sam Darnold. Congratulations.
What accent is that, Beast?
That's for an
German.
Scottish.
German. Truths.
That was German, huh? All right, okay.
That's
I
why
thought
I'm
it
part
was
German.
Scottish.
Congratulations to Sam Darnold. He deserves it. He after all those years, he put his hard work into that and built that team around him. He deserves his fair share of the deal. Derek Carr, huh? You want Derek Carr to come to New York?
See how it goes, Jake?
Whoa.
This is what happens. Now we want Derek Carr.
Okay, we go from Frank Reich to Derek Carr. Where the hell do we go from here next?
Yeah, you just got to take anything B says with a grain of salt, GreenBean, because he might not be listening.
He's not. Well, and the thing is, I want to argue. I'm a natural arguer, so I can't. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to say something. If there's a semantic wrong, I'm like, nah, I can't let this continue. But yeah, look at him. He's over there. He's lighting a fire next. What is that, a meat stick?
Nah. In the words of the great Randy Savage, step into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, I knew it.
Turn the spice, baby, the baby juicy taste.
How many Slim Jims you putting down today, Beast?
That's only one for today. That is the only one. That's a special.
Beast, it's God. Stop eating Slim Jims. You're going to be joining me.
Get out of here, you AI wannabe.
If you don't take better care of yourself, buddy.
God, hey, look. Fasten liquor. Please, take a hike.
Beast, stop speaking German.
Fasten liquor.
Go eat a carrot stick.
Go. How about just doing your own word? Go.
Beast, I don't sound like that. Stop it. I'm God. You're going to piss me off, Beast. Don't piss off God. Apologize.
Kastaya kurva.
Say sorry, God.
Could you get out of here? You're no.
Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets! Let's go, Jets!
Last couple of days, God's taken quite the interest in my show, and he keeps getting into these battles with Beast, and Beast refuses to really bend the knee at all.
Yeah, he's pretty rigid, right? He's stuck.
Unbelievable. Well, we heard from God. Let's hear from Jesus. Jets Jesus is up next on the show. Hello, Jets Jesus.
Nice.
What's up, fellas? I figured I needed to make an appearance while GreenBean just shaved off his beard and he's showing that off.
I like it, man. I know. Mine
liking
never looked as good as yours, though. That's fucking beautiful.
Dude, mine takes forever to grow back, though. I will say that. So I always hit a weird point where it like kind of just stays at the spot that it's at. I feel like my beard has been the same length for a year.
Yeah, hey, that's not a bad thing, because then you get like what's right after that is the curl, and then you have the curl to contend with. If you want it to go longer, that takes time, man. A lot of people don't know about the curl. Jesus.
We'll see what happens. I might also be trimming mine down come summertime. We'll see how it goes.
There you go. Right, keep it for the winter.
There we go. Yeah, definitely keep it for the winter. All right, I'll jump on to some Jets talk. I like the GreenBean. I like the fluctuation in your usual positivity, from keeping it at sometimes to being a little more grounded at others. I think I'm kind of flow the same way. So I like hearing that from you. I do like that. I like that Frank Reich hiring for what it is. I'm like Jake in the sense of I would have liked them to blow everything up and start again, and start again coaching wise. But for what they've done, I like Frank Reich on the offense with the combination of Rex's kid, seeing with some youth can do, and hopefully some fresh eyes and some fresh ideas mixed in. That's kind of exciting to me. I really like that this potentially means that we don't get Kyler Murray, because I really don't want Kyler Murray.
You might get Derek Carr though, so get ready for that.
Derek Carr gets us closer to picking first, and I like that. I'm
you ready to march?
On the march for Arch. If we're bombing for Tomlin or we're marching for Arch or whatever we come up for any of the other coaching and quarterback prospects, I like that. I'm fully reserved to staying in the same ho-hum place that I was with the team in the off season last season. until we got a little hyped up around Glenn. I definitely got into that and got some excitement going. I was in there. We're gonna win 4 to 6 games that I think a lot of us started off in, and then as things got going, I was like, oh, maybe we can do some more. Glenn's talking some good stuff. This seems interesting. Let's go. Then it was like expectations raised. I don't think that's going to happen to me this offseason. I'm going to keep it in the same place. I would really like to see us be in great position to be picking one of these top quarterbacks, if not the top quarterback of our choice. And I think the decisions that are getting made are hopefully doing a combination of getting us that top or very high draft pick while building a foundation that is at least not grounded in modern NFL creativity, but giving us a foundation of experience that the players can get. And hopefully that's something that a new coaching staff can work off of.
How many quarterbacks will Garrett Wilson play with?
This year or in his career?
I like with Frank Reich, I could technically step in and play quarterback. I'd have to put on a couple of pounds, but I'm 6'3", like 185, 190. So,
okay, you're a big dude, Jets. Jesus, I would expect nothing less.
It's decent.
Yeah, you got a decent arm. 23.
I officiate high school football, so I regularly I play and I'm back judge for that. So I regularly have to throw footballs off the field. So I can throw decently deep. I mean, not like NFL quarterback legitimately deep, but my arm's okay. I get compliments from the kids from time to time.
Nice. Okay. All right, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I figured when I was throwing a pass, we went to Dallas, the AT&T Stadium, and they let us on the field, and we had a football, and I threw some touchdowns to my son. And I got on the 15-yard line, and I looked. I'm like, holy shit, this is far. I was like, yeah. I was like, I had. It was all my juice to throw a 15-yard touchdown pass in the corner.
It's tough. It's harder. It's one of those things that right away you're like, oh, this is way harder than I thought it was.
Right away, you're like, ooh. As soon as you get there, you're like, oh, this is what they're doing? I can't do this. Right? As soon as you do that, you realize quick.
Yeah, and then the stuff that you watch like the receivers do, and you're like, oh, why can't that cornerback keep up with that guy? Or like, oh, that little move is what throws him. And I'm backpedaling and watching the high school kids. Now, some of those high school kids have done all right in college that I've seen play, and that's the most that I've seen so far. But yeah, I mean that kind of stuff. It all looks way easier on TV. When we can watch it from our couches.
Great call, Jet Jesus.
Good to see you guys. Take care.
I'll take him at quarterback.
Yeah, dude, I love it. He's got the background. I'm with it. He's
got fucking size.
Back judge for high school football. That's all we need. He's got more cred than Rob Calabrese.
E-Rock Polk in the house. He's been a channel member for 14 months. Thank you, E-Rock. Raiders take Carr. Trade us pick 1 for 2/16, a first next year and a first the following year. Or is that too rich? They know we're desperate.
Dude, I'm not doing that. Not for one spot.
This wouldn't happen anyway. The Raiders want nothing to do with Derek Carr. They got rid of him.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
that's too much too. You're right. Again,
much on both ends of that. This is crazy, E-Rock. This is crazy on both ends.
How do you feel about Mendoza? Do you like him though?
I love him. He's a winner. That game against Miami, dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like that's a guy who said, you know what? We're not losing this game. You know what I mean?
He wins. I agree. And he's got the personality I think he can handle New York because he's got so much tism in him. I don't think things will roll right off of him. He's off social media during the season. Love that. You either need to have that type of personality or you need to have like the Jackson Dart, Baker Mayfield, chip on my shoulder. You got to be a dick. You got to be able to handle it, and find motivation. And I think you got to have one of those two personalities. And I think Mendoza's personality would work.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's really unfortunate that we kicked that field goal against the Falcons. Really, really is. Folk. Bastard.
Yeah. Nick Folk's too good at his job. That's the problem.
Piece of shit.
You know what's crazy, though? Think about this. Like, the Jets, they were the worst team in the league. The Raiders just got the first pick. If you go by point differential, the Jets were worse. Like, again, the idea that It's based on strength of schedule, and the Jets, based on what, 13 percentage points and strength of schedule, lost out. Like, they had to only win 2 games. The Raiders winning 3, Jets finishing with the same record wasn't enough. Like, that's just crazy. And this happened again. Everyone brings up the Rams win in 2020. The reality is the Jets needed to go 0-16 that year to get the number 1 pick, because if they finished with the same record as Jacksonville, Jaguars, based on strength of schedule, would have got the number 1 pick.
Yeah, it's. I don't like the strength of schedule being the second variable. I don't like it. I never did. I think it should be like. I think it should be some sort of competitive, like head to head should be first, and then go from there. But yeah, the strength of schedule thing is weird. Like it's aggravating, dude, because the Jets are always going to figure out a way to lose once you get deeper into the the weeds. Like, there's no way. Like, it's got to be cut and dry. That's why I said before, about the analytics, get them out of here. Like, we're not the team for any of this thought stuff. Just I know it just sucks, man. It's our experience. It's what we're this is how it goes. It's really something how consistent it really is.
Never ends. GB, I appreciate you hopping on, man. You're the best. Love having you on for the first time without the beard, though. It took a little while to get used to.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you had me on finally. Where it was becoming tense. I wanted to get on here without my beard. But yeah, and I appreciate you hanging out in my studio for me. That's real nice too. That was
gotta keep it warm for you. I'm gonna head, I think, to Texas next for my next visit to a studio.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Look at you, world traveler. I love it,
ladies and gentlemen. GreenBean, tell people about your channel on the way out.
Yeah, we're Green Bean Jets fan on YouTube. We're hanging out right now. We're hanging out during middays. We're just kind of hanging. It's been fun. So we'll see. But yeah, come hang out with us. It's a good time.
Love it. GB, all love.
See you, man. Have a great night.
Right now, I'm inside Neil's office. It's very comfortable. Could also maybe head to Gary's desk. Really don't know what room Gary's in. I forget the backstory why is that a chicken or a turkey here? I don't remember the context of why Gary did that. What else do we have here? We could head to V-Man's room. His bed is always made. We could head to Gorman's old digs, where he got his own place. We could head to Beast's attic. Here we are. Beast, how you doing?
I'm on my phone right now. I'm doing something here.
What are you doing?
Just doing some reviews and doing some checkages.
Checkages? What does that mean?
Seeing what they got for ads and see what they got this week's special on for meat. Because tomorrow...
Get off your ass, Beast. I'm back, bitches. It's me, God.
Beast, you took over the show again. I have no control over the audio.
Shut up, Jake. Let me work.
In the words of the guys from Back to the Future, beat it, spook.
Shut up, Tubby. Shut up.
Beat it, spook. Get off.
This is God, and I demand respect.
Beast, you should listen to him. It's God.
You better listen to me.
Jerry Lee Lewis and the guys from Back to the Future going.
Shut up. Stop talking.
Echo Wood.
Get down on your knees and bow down to the king.
You want to bow down? I know you. Hey, like
you can't
God,
do anything. I'm God.
Hey,
I'm everywhere.
Hey,
you have no idea what I'm capable of. Fear me.
You tell me how crazy I am. I just took 4 chair headshots.
I'm starting to think that's not God that's messing with the show. I don't know what's happening. All right, more of your calls. We'll get to more of your super chats as well. If you tuned in late, the giveaway today is a signed Wayne Corbett helmet. So make sure you enter the raffle. Derek, the Jet fan, he entered the raffle. He gifted 1 membership. Let's go, Derek. Booger interview. He suggested the Jets are maybe day 1 tanking. Possible AG got the green light by Woody to do so. The Jets are not tanking in 2026. They're not. If they were tanking, Woody Johnson wouldn't be spending $4 or $5 million a year on Frank Reich. It's a convenient narrative. The fact that Booger was talking about it was because of how bad it looked was the point. Like, people can't fathom how bad the Jets are. So the people are like, oh, well, maybe they're tanking. Like, that's pathetic. That's the point. They're trying to win, though. They were trying to lose, obviously, at the end of last year by playing Brady Cook. Winning was not the number one priority. But now they're trying to win. Glenn won't be here if they win 3 or 4 games in 2026. He's out. Ladies and gentlemen, back to your calls. Sing along.
Get ready for Neil. He will make 13 points about the New York Jets and maybe hump a Patriots jersey. Get ready for Neil. He's probably smoking a big fat cigar and burning his house to the ground. That's Neil.
Come into my office. There you are. You're in my office.
It's a great office.
It really is. It smells a little bit like smoke, but I got my smoke eater over here.
Does that thing work, or does...
oh, yeah, it works.
Does
Trust me. After about 10 minutes of me finishing a cigar, you can't even smell the smoke in this office. That's how good it is. This thing is like, it's called rabbit air. They use it in smoke lounges, you know, like cigar lounges. You could put 4 of them in a cigar lounge and it'll keep the air clean. That's how powerful this thing is. You have to see the filter on it. It's like 8 filters. And when I take the filters out, it's one gross sight. Every like 4 months, I got to change the filter. I got my mangold on here. Hey, GreenBean looks great without the beard and shit, right, Jake? He looks like a different person.
It's crazy. He looks so different.
Right?
Like, some guys like...
Oh, God. I would walk right by him in the street just the way he is now.
He's completely unrecognizable. That's what I was trying to say. It's crazy.
It really is. And, I love GreenBean, man. He is like OG. Tells it like it is. That's it. I wanted to say hello to GreenBean, but whatever. Derek Carr. What are you thinking, Jake? Look. It's like anything else. It's anything.
He's okay. He hasn't been great lately. I mean, you compare his numbers to Kirk Cousins. They're somewhat similar. I think Cousins, eye test wise, is better. He's played more recently. Probably a better mentor, more durable at this stage. But, I mean, Derek Carr's okay. You could do worse than Derek Carr.
Look at that year with the Raiders in 21. He got sacked 40 times. I mean, he's gotten the crap kicked out of him. On those Raider teams, the Raiders never had a good offensive line, Jake, and they never really fixed it either, and then he got to the Saints again, not a great roster, and he still performed in that roster. I mean, that 23 season, I'll take that right now. I mean, 97 passer rating, 4,000 yards, played all 17 games. I mean, we could do a hell of a lot worse.
I rather Cousins. Here's Cousins' recent numbers.
The only problem I have with Cousins, Jake, is he's not durable, and he really hasn't been.
He's more durable than Carr's been.
Yeah, that's true. But he hasn't snapped back from that Achilles. He has not snapped back from
At the end of this past year, he did. He was second year removed from it like Rodgers. He played well down the stretch, to be fair to Cousins.
And we could. The only thing is, though, doesn't he not want to be a Jet, though? I don't want that guy,
He didn't want to be a Jet in 2018 when he was trying to go to Minnesota and wanted the Jets to basically give him an offer that he could leverage with the Vikings. But, we're in 2026 now, and I think he's the best option.
Well, he's a good option. I mean, the really, top 5 options, there's 5 out of 25. I mean, there's 25 quarterbacks. What's going to happen with Geno? I mean,
he's going to be released.
He's going to be one that everybody's going to be after, because I got to tell you something. His numbers, go to his numbers. Do you have his numbers handy? Because he had a bad year last year, but Jake, he was under duress more than I've ever seen any quarterback under duress. I mean, he snapped the ball and there were 5 guys on him. He looked like Zach Wilson the year that Zach Wilson was getting tackled by 5 guys in the backfield.
So you want Geno Smith? That's your choice?
I'm saying Geno is probably a top 5 bridge. He's a top 5 bridge. You got him. You got Brissett. Cousins. Now you have to put Carr into the mix. I'm going on a 5-year statistical scenario. And who am I missing? Whatever. Somebody we probably can't get anyway. I mean, we're not getting any of these other guys.
Here are the top 3 most likely that I could see the Jets pursuing. Carr, Cousins, trade for Brissett. They fit the Frank Reich mold. They got the size, the veteran mentors. I could see it working out. I don't think Kyler Murray's an option. I'd be surprised if Geno Smith would want anything to do with coming back to the Jets. For what it's worth, here are Geno's numbers as we'll put those on the screen. I mean, he was not good this year.
No, but with Seattle, he had a good offensive line, and he was good in Seattle. Look at those numbers: 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
He was good in 22 and 23. He wasn't great as last year in Seattle, which is why they moved on from him.
Look, he's good. I would. How old is Geno now? He's
35. Will be 36 in October.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact that Carr had a year off. I like obviously they have to see what his shoulder's really like and all that. I mean, they have to do some homework on him. But he would excite the fan base, I think, Carr. He would excite the fan base, Jake.
Would he?
I think so, yeah.
Who's getting excited about Derek Carr?
You know what? Derek Carr throws a really nice ball, Jake. He's a good quarterback. He hasn't shown.
But he hasn't played in a year.
So he
wasn't good as last year.
What's his name? Didn't play in 5 years. He came off the couch. He looked pretty damn good too.
Again, they wanted to bring in Phillip Rivers to be the backup to Derek Carr for shits and giggles. Fine, but Derek Carr can't stay healthy. That's the problem.
Well, I say we get Derek Carr, and we bring back the slinger. What's his name? The 42-year-old Cleveland quarterback.
Oh, Flacco.
We put Flacco back in there as a safety valve. Flacco with a good offensive line is a good quarterback, but
Flacco would be good in the room. If you told me it was Derek Carr, Joe Flacco, and a rookie, okay.
Yeah,
someone's going to sign Flacco. He can still play.
I'll tell you something, Jake. Flacco, I have flashbacks to that comeback against Cleveland when he whipped that post pattern to Garrett. Now, remember that game? That was a nice game. And we have a lot of sour memories with Flacco. That's because we put him in after Zach Wilson, and we had no offensive line. He was under duress. You cannot put a pocket passer and connect them with a bad offensive line. It just doesn't work. But with a good offensive line, Flacco has performed. And he's one of these quarterbacks that his arm will be good when he's 50. He has an elite arm, right, Jake, or wrong? Elite.
Flacco definitely has an elite arm, but yeah. I don't think he'd come back to the Jets. I think I'll have other opportunities.
So, we're starting to talk mainly about the draft, right? And everybody's clamoring about,
What about the Monday night doc, Neil? Did you watch it? You're an OG Jet fan.
Well, let me tell you something. I heard Carl this morning yapping. You busted his balls pretty bad. Carl's a really nice guy.
I like Carl. He didn't know how to use the phone. I was trying to hear him.
But my story at Monday Night Miracle, it's a classic. I got invited to a suite above the goal line where Jumbo caught the pass. Okay? Fast forward 3 quarters. Everybody left the suite but me. I had an entire suite with women bringing me drinks and a little buffet and the whole thing. And I'm watching the game, and all of a sudden we start coming back. I open up the sliding door. There's a sliding door. I'm hanging out the door, screaming, Jake, all the way through. When Jumbo caught that pass, there was 10 Miami fans right under me. I was standing over them like King Kong. I was screaming at these guys. That was, what year was that game?
2000.
So I was 64 minus 25, 54, 44. I was 39 years old. I was an animal, Jake. I was like crazy, like Fireman Ed crazy. That's how crazy I was. When I went to the games, It was all hell broke loose for 4 straight quarters.
How about we might as well be on a cyclone in Brooklyn on the boardwalk, because this is how the game's going. Up and down, up and down. Can we get off already? Can we get off?
Oh, it was I can't believe I stayed. And usually I'm out the door, but it was a suite. I mean, I was drinking. The women were coming in and serving me. It was amazing.
Where was Michelle?
Everybody left. What were you saying, Jake?
Where was Michelle?
Michelle doesn't come to Jet games. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted to check out the suite.
No. I rid Michelle. I'll tell you one funny one. I rid Michelle of ever coming to a Jet game. I take her to a Jet game, right? We're walking up the stairs, and there's a guy coming towards us, 2 guys, right? And I saw one guy, and I gave him one of these, and he goes, Jets! Right in Michelle's face. Jets! She looks at me, turns around, and goes, this is it. Last time I'm ever coming to this game. I went like this to the guy. Yeah, good job. And it was it. I didn't have to take my wife to the games anymore. That's our time, Jake. That's our time in the Sprinter with your pop and all the good times. We cracked some really good times.
She was in Dallas, though. I saw you guys in Dallas together.
That was a road trip. You know, I wanted to take her on a road trip. I have my screensaver is look for it. Hang on. Oh no, this is not the screensaver. I have a Dallas screensaver with Michelle and I with the big Jet thing on, me with a drink and a cigar. We both had the Jet necklaces. We were at the tailgate for Dallas where Marty Lyons came and everybody came. It was an indoor tailgate. It was amazing.
I was there.
You were at that tailgate indoor one?
Yeah. In Dallas, you're talking about?
Yeah.
I did Dallas.
Well,
I did Dallas and Vegas that year.
That was the Jet vacation. What do they call it? That was the Brandon Tierney routine,
the Jet
right?
getaways. Yep.
Jet getaways. You did that whole routine. That's where I met Claudio and the Gotham guys. Really good group of guys, those guys. That
Best
Claudio
fans in sports.
Claudio is dedicated, man. He goes to all the games with his son. When his son turns 16 or 17, he is going to hate his father.
I know that the poor kid is so loyal. He has no idea.
My boys were loyal, and now one is 30 and one is 35. If I even say the word Jets, they turn around and walk away from me. They don't even want to see or hear anything about the Jets. Neil Jr. is still into it, but Michael is done. I mean, he is so done. It would have to be. He would not come to me with a game until he was really upset about Rodgers. He was really upset about it. He couldn't believe that we did there. But that's the
I was with you, and then when it happened,
right? We were together.
You remember how I was? I was not well that night.
I would have been worse than you, but I had to console you. See, you took my focus off of screaming and yelling at everybody like you were.
Oh, I was so bad. I was devastated. That was the worst night ever. Oh, that was the worst.
But bitch. And then we had a bunch of, remember, my seats back that suite right behind us, and there was a bunch of Buffalo fans right behind us. Remember that? And we turned around. We were like, oh, damn, that was so bad. How so good could turn so bad so quickly is only could happen to the Jets.
The 10 minutes prior was one of the greatest moments of my life.
Jake, when we were together on that side watching those green lights blinking and the place shaking and Aaron Rodgers running out with that flag. And then the first run. What was the first play? A 25-yard run by Brees?
Yeah, Brees, just 20.
What were the 3 plays prior to that Achilles? Do you remember the 3 exact plays?
Yeah, it was Brees. Brees had the run. Then there was an incomplete. There was a penalty. And then the 4th play was the Achilles, if I remember.
I think Brees had 2 big plays in that series before.
He had the big run. He had the big run later in the game when Rodgers was already hurt, and where he should have scored. He got gassed. He didn't have the stamina.
The first run he made was like the first play of the game, I think. Right?
It was. And before that, the Jets started on defense, and they got a 3-and-out. And go listen to the crowd when Allen tried to find Stephon Diggs, and it was incomplete. DJ Reed was in coverage. Like the building is shaking. It's the opening drive of the game. It sounded like the Super Bowl.
We were like, when he had that 25-yard run, I'm like, this is heaven. This is what we. This is
my
it.
light peak
We
in that
were
moment.
ready to buy Super Bowl tickets right there.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
Brees.
I said, if we
You're
can
right.
run 25 yards with Brees without even Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, we're going to be amazing.
Off the ACL, his first carry, 25 yards, first play of the Rodgers era on offense, and like in that moment, when he was running, that was that was the peak of my fandom. In 15 years.
Oh yeah, that was the peak of our expectations that we could ever have. The second peak of my expectations was at that game when I was humping the May jersey. That was the 2-1 start with 4 touchdowns by Rodgers, and we smeared the Patriots. That was a beautiful game. I mean, that was probably Rodgers' best game as a Jet. Was that game?
Yeah. I mean, they were 2-1 then. I left MetLife as positive about the Jets as I have been in forever.
That was like that game against the Patriots. That was we were blowing them out. I mean, that game was a blowout. It wasn't even close.
And a year later, they were playing in the Super Bowl, and the Jets went 3-14.
There you go.
Amazing.
That's just us. I can't believe it. But we'll see what happens. This is the worst 3 weeks that we have here. It's nothing going on really. I mean, what about the guy we got as a quarterbacks guy? What's his name again?
Musgrave.
Musgrave's got a history, right, Jake?
He's got a resume. Right? He's actually coached quarterbacks. Yeah.
So we have a quarterback guy. We have a play caller. We have a defensive line coach. Look, we have to get back to that defensive line we had a few years ago. When I watched Seattle get to Drake May with 4 guys, they didn't even blitz. That was really reminiscent of our 22-23 defense, where we got after the quarterback with 4 down linemen. They got after it, and that's what you need to win. I mean, we better get this. I think the guy Bain is more of a guy that could be an every down edge, and really could add some, could sack the quarterback, but he's going to be a little more controlling in the line of scrimmage. I'm a little afraid of this other guy. He looks too thin to me. He looks too small. What's the Ohio State guy? He looks too small for me.
Reese.
He looks too small. I mean,
he'll add weight. He's 20 years old. He's going to add a lot more weight.
I get it. So was McDonald going to add weight? What did that do?
I want way better of a prospect than McDonald.
Now, how does this guy Reese compare to the guy the Giants got last year? Because
different type of players.
No, that guy's a move around type guy that's a little skinnier and faster.
Yeah, Carter's a better prospect than Reese, but Reese is being comped to another guy that went to Penn State. He's being comped to Micah. I've seen some people say.
Well, we need to get a nice defensive. I say 2 picks out of the first 4 have to be defense, Jake. The 2 better players have to be on the defensive side of the ball. I know a lot of guys want a wide receiver. I say we got to go defense. What do you think?
These goddamn exploding cigars. Gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
To me, it's best player available, Neil. Now, look, I think defense is going to be the pick at 2. I'd prefer a receiver at 16. But if you told me the Jets came away in the draft with Reese and Styles or Bain and Styles or Bailey and Styles, for example, I'm all for it. I really don't want a defensive tackle. I don't want to do that at pick 16. I just think there's a better use of our resources than that personally, but they might love Caden McDonald and say, we're just taking him there. And I'll be like, I get it. Cashmere Black says, why haven't no one suggested Davis Mills as an option? He's under contract for another year. So if I'm going to trade for a backup, I'd much rather try and get Jameis or Brissett before I would do Mills. I don't dislike Mills. He's gotten a lot better from the last time I covered him. But I don't know. I feel like the Jets could do better than Davis Mills personally, but maybe they love him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Frank Reich feels about guys with the neck size that Davis Mills has. Boomer talked about height, weight in that clip we played at the beginning of the show. What Frank Reich prefers. Davis Mills has the strongest neck we've ever seen. So how does that factor into the evaluation process? That's what I don't know. Quick Google search of Davis Mills' neck, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. It's quite the neck. That baby is strong. Just keep that in mind when you evaluate these quarterbacks. How does neck size matter? Ladies and gentlemen, more of your outstanding calls right now. There's a man on the line who we call around here Gary 3D Boxing.
He's pointing. Gary Boxing point at you. Gary Boxing point at you. Gary Boxing pointing. I'm pointing. Boxing 3. I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Gary Boxing point at you. I point.
What's up, guys? What up, Jake? I guess it's just you. I guess Green Bean is gone. How's it going, Jake?
I'm pretty good, Gary. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good. You a Curb fan? Curb fan?
I'm a huge Curb fan. Absolutely.
Love Curb. Funniest show ever. I think. I think that's fair to say. It's the funniest.
You like it better
show
than
ever.
Seinfeld?
Yeah, because it's like it's Seinfeld gone crazy, right? Like it's Seinfeld with no limits, right? It's an HBO version of Showtime of Seinfeld. Seinfeld was more for regular TV. Curb is giving Larry David the ball and saying, "Do whatever the hell you want with it." Yeah, I love Seinfeld, but I think Curb is the funniest show ever. But to my football point, the height restriction thing that Boomer is talking about, you know who that would take out of consideration most likely? The height and size, Ty
Simpson. Yeah,
so, yeah, 6'1", about 200. He's little. So that would probably get rid of Ty. I'm not a fan of the height. There are guidelines. There are things that I look for in a quarterback, but like I'm not going to eliminate someone solely on that, right? Because then I'm not going to be. What about Drew Brees? But you'd have eliminated Drew Brees. Like you would eliminate good quarterbacks based on height and weight. I don't think that's the best idea. I don't know if Frank Reich is married to this idea, like Boomer says, but I don't like it. On a good note, it would eliminate guys like Ty Simpson, and you wouldn't draft busts. You wouldn't draft bums like Caleb Williams because he wouldn't meet that height requirement either. So there are good things to it. Like, it's not all bad, but I think you can miss out on something.
You don't just slip in Caleb Williams and call him a bum after the year he
he wouldn't make that. He wouldn't make that 6'2", 6'1". He wouldn't make
right. Frank Reich would have preferred probably Drake May to Caleb Williams, or how tall is Jane Daniels? Might not be.
Jane Daniels tall enough. He's not going to have the weight. Yeah. I think Jane Daniels is like 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, he's plenty tall. He's just he's frail.
He's 220. He's listed at so.
He's 220. He's 220 with gold plates in his pocket. He ain't no 220. Either way, the way that you guys feel about Kyler Murray is how I feel about Derek Carr. Like, no, please, no Derek Carr. Not even. I just don't see any upside. He's old. He's getting worse. And GreenBean talked about that. I don't know if this is, you can naturally recover from a rotator cuff. It's a pretty common injury in boxing for obvious reasons, but it's never going to heal 100%. You only get about 75 to 80% of the thickness back. So it'll never be the same if you recover naturally. So now you're talking about an aging quarterback who is never very good, who's also only 75 to 80% recovery if he recovered properly naturally. There's nothing good about anything I just said there. Like, you do not want Derek Carr. You don't. Like, no Derek Carr. No,
I don't want him. I don't think the numbers tell the whole story when you watch him. Like, how often does Derek Carr play great in big games? How often do we look at Derek Carr the last couple of years and feel like he's an ascending player? Like, he didn't end well in New Orleans. Chris Olave was getting hospital ball after hospital ball thrown his way. I can't minimize Carr being better than say Justin Fields or some of the other terrible options people suggest every day on the show. But I don't love them. I'd much rather Cousins. I'd much rather Brissett or try and trade for Jameis Winston.
The thing about trading for Jameis Winston is you'd have to go to the Giants for that. And I don't know if the Jets and the Giants ever made a trade?
Yeah, they've done draft day trades before. The Jets traded up to get Brees. They did a deal with the Giants.
You're right. They have. Yeah. All right. Now that's fair. I guess they would do it. I'm fine with that. I don't really want Winston to be my starting quarterback. I would take Winston because I love Winston. But I'd rather just try somebody out who's young and has upside as opposed to going to a quarterback who's kicked around the league for a decade. I don't really see it with Derek Carr. 3 years ago when we got Rodgers, that was the conversation. Rodgers or Carr, and myself included, everyone's like, all right, let's just go all in on Rodgers. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank, but no, Rodgers at 40 is better than Derek Carr at 30. So let's just go with Rodgers.
Yeah, but that was a different situation. The Jets were coming off a year where the quarterback was the only reason why they didn't make the playoffs. They finished 7-10 and were 6-3. Zach Wilson shat himself. Mike White got hurt. Rodgers was the right move. He got hurt. It sucks.
Well, I'm not saying Rodgers was the wrong move. I'm saying it was not Carr. It was, what's the other option? Because Carr's not an option. Now, 3 years later, after a rotator cuff injury, Carr's an option.
I don't want Derek Carr. I don't disagree with you, but I don't think I don't think Kyler Murray is a good option either, though.
Only because of his contract, right? If you can do away with the contract, I really don't think he's all that. They're not going to bring him in because of Reich's height and weight requirement. Right? He's the guy that rule was made for. Him and Johnny Manziel. It's we bring guys like this in. Which okay, if that's your rule, that's your rule. But I'm confident now that Kyler Murray isn't going to be here, which to me means that it's either Cousins or Carr. And I'm not huge on either, but if I have to pick between those, I'll take Kirk Cousins as the lesser of two evils. I don't want Carr here. I just, under no circumstance.
If they sign Carr, just get ready to march for Arch. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay. Then why don't we just, if it's all about the march for Arch,
no.
Why don't we just
for us as fans? It will be. Aaron Glenn's trying to do what he thinks is best to try and have a job.
Yeah, I guess that's why he's gonna. Because if it's about March for Arch, just start Cook. You won't win any games with Cook.
We have Bailey Zappi. Just let him play. If they want to go winless, play Brady Cook for 17 games. They'll go winless.
Close to winning a game. You might not even score any touchdowns. Yeah, I would. If that's 0-17 for sure. And then that meat stick that Beast was eating. Honestly, that's probably the best thing he's eaten in weeks, probably months, possibly years. I don't know if it's what's in that, but it's probably 95% meat with some filler. It's probably not that.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
You know what this is? This is a Slim Jim Hot, sponsored by who? Buffalo Wild Wings, a place I used to love going to, but now that everything has changed, you got to understand some things have changed since COVID. A lot of things have changed.
Society was 6 years ago.
Understandable.
COVID was 6 years ago.
Will you let me finish, Brillo Head?
Proceed. Brillo Head.
Things have changed since then. Look what's changed. Society has changed. The world has changed. Everything.
Not for the better.
We got riots all over the damn United States. We got kids.
We had riots during COVID. Do you not remember? That was the summer of love. Do you not remember?
Out of control. And our boys have done jack shit.
Riots are had riots. We had plenty of riots during COVID. Do you not remember? Minnesota and other places, really throughout the country.
Those were the cheesy, weaky, fleeby ones. These are newer, more scarier, more out of control. There's a difference between facts and fiction. See, you must be reading in the fiction section of the library. Here's a non-fiction society. Here's non-fiction. Here's fiction. You're over here.
Put some lights on.
Shut the
Put lights
hell up,
on.
you worthless
Put your
pig.
ring light on. Or
Cállate,
else
cabrón, this way, bitches.
suffer the consequences from
Cállate.
God.
You want to see God? I'll show you God.
No one wants to see your
Oh,
fat ass, buddy.
stop.
Nobody
That's
wants to
reliable.
see that. Go eat a salad.
Get the hell out of here. Get lost. Read a book. Do something with your life.
You got to do something about your health, pal. That's disgusting. Like you're a young man. You're the prime of your life. You got to do something about your health, bro. That's disgusting.
Hey,
Really?
let's get something straight here. You live in a warm climate where it's 110 degrees. I'm up here taking an ass kicking -10 degrees. Big difference.
-10 degrees. I don't know what that sentence means, but that sounds cold.
Between facts
Yeah,
and fiction.
-0. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's easier to run in 10 degrees or 110 degrees? Which one do you think is easier to run in, if you had to guess?
Neither, because the
10.
conditions are
10's
bad.
obviously easier to run in. You can run for days in 10 degrees. 110 is good. If you run for 110 long enough, you'll
You had
die.
the Tauntaun from The Empire Strikes Back, sonny boy. And I'm gonna say
You can run much longer in 10-degree weather. Either way, that was your choice to live in Chicago. I think it's a great choice. I think Chicago is a great city, but you chose to live in a place that's known to be very cold.
Hey. Back up train 1 minute. Are you blind or something, McFly? Have you done any scouting reports on how bad it is here? We've had more shootings up here in the last 6 months, and I don't think you've paid attention quite clearly enough.
How many shootings did you have? How many shootings did you have in your neighborhood where you live? Where you live? How many shootings did you have in your neighborhood? In your block?
I get it.
You had 100 shootings on your block.
I get it on my phone.
Every city has a hood, and every hood is the same, and you don't live in the hood. Well, the shootings really don't affect you, do they? This is just propaganda. You're just reciting talking points that don't affect you.
Look, bro, back it up 1 minute. You don't read the papers every day? Oh, I do read the papers. I read the Post on here every day. I also read the Tribune. I also read the New York Post. I got that on my phone. I also read the Citizen app on my phone. I don't need your AI shit. Shove that so far up your culo and make sure when Scarface comes up, you just tell you, get out of here. Get out, get lost, read a book, do something, go jog, go exercise, go hump a tree or something. And no, I mean, I don't want to. Say it again. What'd you say?
Eating nothing but meat and drinking nothing but water would make you 80% better at a minimum. Like you would be able to speak in coherent sentences. You wouldn't have the car brain. You wouldn't have all of this. You wouldn't have this. You would lose 80 pounds like that. 80 pounds in 4 months would be gone. Easy.
Look, brother, man, I'm trying to do my job here. I don't know.
You wouldn't need all your medications. You'd be better.
Why don't you think about studying for NASA? Did you ever think about being a space cadet or some stuff like that?
No,
do
there's
no
going
do
to the
what
moon.
you do best.
And honestly,
Study your NASA
not
stuff.
another dime of my money
belong
to
to your
NASA. Not another dime until they admit the truth. Admit you lied about the whole moon landing thing, and then maybe we'll discuss funding you again. Not until then, no.
Yeah. Well, no thanks.
Not another dime for NASA until they admit the truth. Not a dime.
Right. Sure. And yeah, you know who I am? Yeah, and Bucky, Ross Buckingham. Yeah, another guy that used to work at WNBC back in the 80s. Yeah, I like them apples. So I'm gonna ask you this question right here. What do you see this year? What are you really seeing from Jets football this year? What do you really see?
Nothing. Nothing good.
Really
I don't see anything good. We haven't gone through free agency, let alone the draft, so I don't know what our roster is going to look like. If I had to take a look at my crystal ball, I would say nothing good. I don't think anything good is coming this year. I don't see it. I think
why in the hell would you add Frank Reich and then make all these other weird trades? I don't know how more strange it's going to get. We're living in a strange, weird society these days.
Thank you to Gary and Beast for that. A lot of ground was covered there. Ladies and gentlemen, the raffle is coming up shortly. But first, some comments that must be addressed. Pat McAfee's tank top says, Beast, please just shave your head. Derek says, I cannot stop laughing. Amanda says, I like Beast rat tail. It suits him. Amanda actually has called in, but she's calling in from the train, so the connection's probably terrible. So here we go. Amanda, what do you like about Beast rat tail?
I feel like it goes along with his personality well. And also, I'm totally going to lose service because I'm like getting into Grand Central now. So enjoy me while you have me.
Beast, what are your thoughts on this?
I haven't met this girl before. She sounds like a very attractive person. Very nice. How are you doing?
I have no idea. The same thing happened where I couldn't hear Gary, but now I can't hear Beast, and it's not a bit. I wish it was.
Gary's goofy for Cocoa Puffs. I think he had a little way too many Cocoa Puffs in his diet this morning.
Howdy, y'all. It's good to have. Look, it's the whole trifecta here. Look at this.
Howdy.
Wow. Please don't beat me in with you and Beast.
Put your cowboy hat on, cowboy.
How are you, Amanda? How do you foresee the Jets season going?
I see us marching for Arch. I think we're going to have a terrible season.
I don't think there's any other option. I think it's just bad or worse. Like I guess the best is getting the worst record in football. I guess that's the best possible outcome. So Amanda, I want to ask you, in general, what do you dislike about me? Like Jake says, you just not like the cut of my jib. Is it my face? What do you generally dislike about me? I'm actually curious.
Sure. There's a lot of things, Gary. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, just give me like your top three or top five. Like just what's on the top of the list. Yeah.
First, I just would like to say on the Jets, I think we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and it'll all get better in 2027 once AG is fired. But for now, we got to put our faith in, our young, more strategically minded coaches that they've made hires. So Seth Ryan, I think, is a bright spot. We got the great Chris Banjo. Muji is doing a few things right. Hopefully he has a good draft. And yeah, I hope we get Arch Manning and then like McDermott or Tomlin in 2027. Regarding you, Gary.
Yeah. Before the horse, Sonny. Let's try to take it one day at a time.
Whittle it down to my top three.
Yeah, just or five. Whatever. The things that mostly irk you about me, like what really gets underneath your skin.
Okay.
Sure.
Now I see this. Now I see where
your
this
stance on women and the role that we should play in society is probably my top one.
On the wheel.
Okay.
2, your vision that we didn't land on the moon. I just feel like history says otherwise.
No, people say otherwise. History is a recording of events, right? It doesn't say anything other than what people say it says, right? So people say we landed on the moon. I don't believe those people. You do. That's basically the only difference.
Isn't there photo evidence?
I mean, there's what makes you think that's the moon, right? There's a picture of people walking on the moon. What makes you think that's the moon?
What else would it be?
That's not my burden to prove. Someone's claimed it's the moon. Prove it's the moon. I'm not making any claims.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Oh,
what's happening?
I wanted to get into a position on Dave Brigger. How are you?
I'm doing well, Gary. How are you?
I wanted to continue that with Amanda because I did want to tackle my position, my stance on women, which I know as a Christian, your wife is supposed to submit to you and you're the head of the household, correct? You're supposed to love your wife as Jesus loved the church and she's supposed to submit to you, correct?
If I'm a husband that does the right thing, if I'm following the right path, if not, if I'm incorrect in my behaviors, she shouldn't. Right?
Well, I should pick you. I mean, but you should lead in a Christ-centered way. As long as you're leading in a Christ-centered way, yes, you should submit to. Yeah. So we're in
As
agreement
a wife,
on that,
not
correct?
just as a wife. Okay, not
As
any
a
other
wife,
woman,
right.
just as a wife.
You know, let me
Right.
be very clear. Other women should not submit to me. My wife should submit to me, and those women should submit to their husbands. Other women should not submit to me. I want to be very clear about that. That's
We can't abrogate our authority, if we're walking correctly. If we're not walking correctly, we're accountable to God first.
Yes, you're accountable to God. Your wife's accountable to you, and your kids are accountable to your wife. And that's the order. God over man, man over woman, women over children. That's the order.
But you have to remember, everything changed at the fall. So we're living in a world that's turned upside down. So only the believer can understand that. So you can't be propagating that to the general public because they're not going to accept it.
Well, what's the Great Commission? I'm sorry, I have to.
That's the Great Commission to preach the gospel. But you know what? You can plant and water, but God's got to give the increase. Okay.
Sure.
So the people aren't going to follow the ways of the way to the Scripture unless they're born again, unless they received it. So you could just keep preaching, and it could go on deaf ears. So you're preaching to a lot of people that are dead. So you got to remember that.
You know how I came to Christ, Dave? It was a street preacher in Times Square when I was on my way to walking to a strip club that convicted my conscience. Yeah. So you don't know where that person is going to come to. I mean, I'm just doing the best I can. If people aren't going to listen to me, they aren't going to listen to me. I'm going to keep sharing the gospel if it's the last thing I do.
Gary, you got to take it easy on Gorman. He's ready to go over the edge.
I think taking it easy on him is what's gotten him to this point.
I know, but he's not going to listen. He has no enthusiasm. He has no ambition. He's down in the dumps. He's, unless he's revived, so if you keep on beating him over the head, he's not going to, what's it going to do?
Do you think pampering him? Do you think pampering him will help him? Or do you think
No, I'm not going to pamper him. Hey, we've told him this far. We've tried to get him to move. He's not listening. He doesn't want to do, he just doesn't want to participate in life. That's all.
He came after me. If you go back and watch that, he started coming and cursing out all sideways on me.
Well, yeah, he has a filthy mouth. We know that.
Well, because what comes from the mouth is an overflow of the heart.
Right. Well, you're not going to change him. See, when he left the household, he became worse. When he left his parents' household, so whatever happened there, we don't know. So I don't.
And this is why you got to raise arrows. When you raise arrow and you raise them in the faith, they'll fly straight. They won't stray. And you can see that wasn't done there. And this is why we need to bring back the home, the house, the immediate family, the nuclear family has to be the bedrock of society, and Christ has to be over that.
Well, the culture is falling apart. So the culture is just falling apart day by day. So
it's falling apart.
Gas right now.
It's a fallen, failed state. It's done. Society is broken beyond repair. It's just,
we're not going to solve problems here, Gary. Just whatever it is. I mean, just keep on taking care of yourself, your family, and spread some light into the dark world. That's all you can do.
That's all I'm trying to do. Is just spread the gospel to every living creature, like Christ commands me. What is proclaimed what's whispered in the ear, proclaimed from the rooftops. That's all I'm trying to do. Hey, Amanda's back. What's up, Amanda? So, Amanda, you do the reverse trip. You work in Long Island and live in Manhattan, so you do the reverse trip.
Yes, I know it's a little ass backwards. People have called me out on it in the past. However, it's a life hack because all the traffic is going the opposite way. So secretly, I'm gaming the system.
No, I think it's smart. Yeah, you're gaming the system. You've broken the code. I know that commute the other way is hell.
Whoever said women weren't capable of good ideas clearly didn't meet me yet, Gary.
I didn't say women weren't capable of good ideas. I said they can't be leaders of men, which is evidently true. Like it's just true by design. Like me, it's God over man, man over woman, woman over children.
So you don't think Woody would hire me as the vice president of reason?
Do I think Woody would hire you? Yes, because Woody's an idiot. So Woody would potentially hire you. Potentially.
So hi, Dave Brigg. I don't know if we've ever actually met, but I'm a huge fan of yours.
How you doing, Amanda? Nice meeting you.
Me and Dave have made amends. We're brothers in Christ.
We're not going to talk about the moon landing. That's all.
Yeah, we're brothers in Christ, and that supersedes everything else.
All right. Well, I figure I wanted to check in. I need to be encouraged as a Jets fan. That's what I really called in for. I need encouragement.
Just don't let go of the rope.
Let go, man. I let go of that rope that guy has. I let go, man. He greased the rope on me. He greased the rope. But I don't know.
Don't let go, Briga. Don't.
Oh, hey, I let go for 61 years. I've been a fan. I remember the good days.
Gymnasts rub chalk on their hands before gymnasts. They rub like chalk on their hands to like help them with like their bar routines. It's like that.
Right.
You just gotta, have a little faith, put on your metaphorical chalk, and grab on and hold on tight because
I got to see some evidence.
Ride, baby.
Who wanna
I'm
lick
a firm believer.
my boots?
Calling all bootlickers, baby. Just rub some chalk and don't let go of the rope. There's your positivity, Dave. Great call. Great work by Gary. Great work by Amanda Madison, who's a fan of the Beast Rat Tail, we learned. Sam says, can we have Beast train at 3D Boxing? Gary, will you train Beast?
I'll give him a shot, and if he doesn't do what he's told, if he doesn't do what he asks, if he continues to eat garbage, I'll just be done with him. I don't want it to come in our way of our friendship. If he doesn't want to do what I tell him to do, then I will just, why is he here?
Okay.
But I think, I'll give him a shot. I don't think he seems like he is, for a guy that size, seems like he's fairly athletic and coordinated. I know that sounds weird because look at him.
He broke Roger Maris's home run record.
Look, I believe he played high school baseball. I do. His swing was decent. He can move a little bit. Like I can imagine 20 years ago, he was much more athletic than he is at 40, right? So it's possible, right? I wouldn't. Would you be shocked if Beast played high school baseball? Like I wouldn't be. I think that's very possible.
I know he did. He broke Maris's record,
which was broken by 3 people by the time he was. But nevertheless.
All right, I got other calls. I could do this all day, though. Thank you.
You tell me how crazy I am. I just took 4 chair headshots.
J-Boy gifted 5. I still have a raffle coming up. I'm counting the names as we do this here. If you're on hold, I promise I'll squeeze you in, but I do have dinner plans tonight, so we got to get this show on the road here. So there we go. 5 gifted memberships from J-Boy. He's in the raffle for 5.
We're here to win now, and we're looking forward to it. So any questions?
Someone's going to win at the end of the show. Jets didn't win this year. Someone will win. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. On the line right now is a calming voice that could get us back on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and get close to your cameras.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Jake. I'll try to make it quick. Anyway, you put me on after these great calls. Amanda, pardon me?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you, buddy. And Valentine's Day is Saturday, and I hope that you go to some sort of dance and meet a lovely lady and start dating.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We're looking after your welfare there, buddy.
Can
so,
you hear
Jake, I can hear you. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. So, Jake, let's see here. Amanda has a great smile. If I was 40 years younger, I'd want to date her. The Jets' point is the coaches. You and GreenBean are on it. He said refreshed. You said they did as well as they could with the coaches. I'm in a little bit of a quandary because I don't know if that's going to make Aaron Glenn a better coach. And my last point is, thank you, buddy. Thank you. My last point is gas station pizza. on Super Bowl. I never had it, but they ran. I got an email the day before, and 2 large, 3 meat pizzas for $10.22.
Good job.
And Jake, I'm one that I never met a slice of pizza I didn't like, but you know what? It was darn good pizza. It was, and I'm going to say it was at the 7-Eleven because I thought it was darn good.
So you had 7-Eleven pizza on Super Bowl Sunday and lived to tell the tale, David T.
I lived to tell the tale. Yeah, it didn't put me down. I didn't, I didn't have stomach pains or anything like that.
Good job.
So I washed it down with Fireball and beer, so it was all good.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Max. How you doing there, buddy? Good job. Good job. Yeah, we're always looking for your welfare, Max. You're going to do great things in life, buddy.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well, David, great call. I'm glad you enjoyed the pizza.
I did. It was good, but now, it wasn't upper echelon, but I thought it was very good, Jay.
Ladies and gentlemen, David T.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, bitch. Fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
What a call from David T. Went with the old Gary approach. A little gas station pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls. We got some legends still on the line before we do the raffle.
Adam is cool, although kind of basic. He claims he's too cool, though often quite basic. He makes great jet points, looks a little basic. Adam is cool, too cool, but basic. Some would say generic.
Hey, Jake, how you holding up?
Oh, I'm living the dream, Adam. How are you?
I don't want to get in the way of your dinner plans. I'm sure it'll be kind of fun. So
You're fine.
Anyway, I was just thinking like this whole, oh my God, all is lost. Don't let go of the rope, all that stuff. You know what the best part about being a Jets fan is? I guarantee you every older Jets fan has been through worse. They went through a 1-15 season and they're still here. So if they can deal with it, we can deal with it. Am I right?
You're not wrong.
So just be one with nothing this season. Like go in with no expectations. I think we all actually are for a change. And no matter what the hype is on the draft and the free agency and whatever rotating veteran QB comes in, just, in the end, this is the journey and we'll get there when we get there. And don't, it's not like don't let go of his rope, like whatever. Like the Jets been on a much longer, crazy rope.
Yeah, but it's like we deserve better, though, man. Like you're not wrong. Like we're not going anywhere, but it's enough of being bad. How many more years do we got to put up with this before we forget the Super Bowl? I just have a decent football team.
As long as it takes, man. Enjoy your dinner. Good seeing you,
Adam. What a call! It's positive, but it's also depressing at the same time. It's like you just accepted the fate. Yeah, they're going to be bad, but eventually. It's brutal, man. Brutal. All right, I'm counting raffle names. Wayne Corbett sign helmets, the giveaway if you're new to the show. When you enter a raffle during any individual show, you automatically are entered in our weekly raffle. In the offseason, we're moving them to Fridays. There were Tuesdays during the season, but now there are Football Friday raffles on the show. And this week, we got 3 signed items. First one is a jersey signed by Mark Gastineau, Joe Klecko, Marty Lyons, and, of course, Abdul Salam. Signed helmet by the GOAT, Darrelle Revis, and a signed jersey by the late, great Nick Mangold. Those are the top prizes in the weekly raffle, in addition to the daily raffles we do on the show. Now that we have said that, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to a man we call the Black Gypsy.
I'm Black Gypsy. I'm gonna set all you delusional Jets fans straight. Your takes make me wanna punch you in the face. Or kick you in the crotch. When this team sucks, they suck. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy.
Yo, as maniacs, Jake. So funny things I heard today in the show. Gary found Jesus on the way to a strip club. That's the greatest shit ever. It's hilarious, bro. The shit that comes out of his mouth. So I'm calling to schedule a beef with Gary, and I agree with him on something. But we're gonna beef tomorrow. Like, tell him to clear his schedule because, like, I have time for him tomorrow. So that was my main reason for calling it. I'm scheduling my beef with Gary because some of the shit that he said is not cool. Like what he did with Gorman yesterday was a little bit too much. A little bit too much because who is he to judge Gorman? If we're gonna judge people, then we could judge you, Gary. And some of the shit you say makes you like a horrible person. But we're not doing that. We're taking it at like face value and just laughing about it. But you went in on Gorman for being who he is. Like you can't change who he is. I said we can't change who you are. So by what you did yesterday, that means we have now the right to do what you did to Gorman. You know what I mean? But we're not going to do that. We're going to try and talk it out like men, as you say. And for the Jets, like I love the positivity, but I don't know who said it, optimistic but not foolish. That's what I'm going with this year because like this staff sucks. Like Reich is horrible. Like the defensive coordinator from Miami was horrible. Musgrave is horrible. Rex's son might be a something. We don't know what he's going to be, but we didn't go up in stature. We stayed basically the same as we were before. We just know that they're bad now. Last year, we didn't know that these guys were bad. We had like, oh yeah, they could. Frank Reich is not good. Like Musgrave is not good. Musgrave has been around a whole bunch of QBs and made them worse. So like, what we're looking at is not an upscale. Like 3 to 5 wins is like our definition of victory for next year. And I think Aaron Glenn will get a third year. I think this staff has been hired and Woody's not going to fire them all again next year. I think we're in for 3 years of Glenn.
So they're not making a lot of money though. If they go 3-14 again, everyone's getting fired.
I don't see them firing their staff 2 years in a row.
But why not? Like they didn't fire the head coach. That's the biggest hire.
And because they didn't fire him and let him fire everyone, to then next year, would he be like, oh, we're going to fire him and everybody else too?
What is that based on? You could have said the same thing about Adam Gates and they fired him.
Yeah, Adam Gates had 2 tries at it and was horrible at it. Like, and he was really horrible.
It'd be the same thing with Glenn. They win 3 games. Glenn's gone. He's not surviving a 3-win season. No
yeah,
chance.
but Glenn got to fire everybody after the first season and bring in a whole bunch of new people. Like
well,
to then fire.
Gase won 7 games his first year, so they kept a lot of the staff the same because they went 6-2 in the second half.
That's what I'm saying. For the embarrassment that Woody would have next year, I don't think he's going to fire him. I think he's going to take the 3rd year with him.
No, that's why he would fire him. I'm telling you, he doesn't want to be embarrassed. The Giants are going to be good this year. That's going to bother him. The fact that there's McDermott, Tomlin, maybe O'Connell, Steichen, all these coaches that are out there, and you're one of 5 openings. You got 3 ones, and you're going to take a QB. He's gone if they win 3 games. There's no chance. He might not make it through the year. They start 0-7. He's out.
I think setting that narrative is just a definition for you to be disappointed by what this team has done to us year by year.
I get it, but if they win 3 games, he's gone. Even people who are telling me that Glenn is safe no matter what have all told me both privately or on the show, depending on the guest, that yeah, he's got to win games. He knows he's coaching for his job.
He's going to win 5 games. He's going to win 5 games next year. But we could have won 5 games this year. We could have won 5. Like it was close.
Won't save him though. 5, he's out.
I think 5, he stays. I think 5, where your quarterback at the end of the season starts looking better, he stays. Like,
It's a big difference though. Like who's that quarterback?
I don't know who it is, but like we're not in for anything good. Like this staff is not good. Like there's nothing that we could say that is good about anybody that we picked up. 0. Like none of them is like at a higher level. They're all below average. All past proven. Like in their last jobs that they've done, they've been horrible. So like optimistic, but not foolish because we have to have hope because we have to watch this team.
Yeah, I mean, the staff is not great. I think it's better than what some of the other alternatives were once they moved on from all these guys. And Glenn's considered a lame duck, but I'm with you. I don't think it's going to be a good year. I think we just disagree. I think if they win 3 or 4 games, 5 games, he's done. No way.
I don't know. I just have a feeling that we're going to keep him, but let's hope. We can always hope. You know,
I think you're underestimating how much Woody cares about public perception, and the perception of his franchise has never been worse. If they go out there and with 3 ones are picking near the top of the draft and the job is attractive, Glenn's
All right,
gone,
so
man.
I'll give you a narrative. Next year,
Another bet. I won the last one we did.
I know. I'll bet you. I'll definitely whatever you want to bet, we could bet.
We'll do the same thing. 100
$100.
20, yeah, $100. So, but donate memberships if I'm right. A year from now, if the Jets win, it has to be 5 games, right?
5 games plus.
And Glenn is here for a third year. I owe you $100. If they win 5 or less and he's out, then you owe me $100.
Yeah. All right. So a narrative that could be Glenn's taking over the defense, right? Or is gonna be telling the DC what he wants them to do. Let's say the defense gets better next year and we get turnovers and they look like a semi-proficient defense. And the offense is meh because they're just what Jets normally do. And we end up at 5 wins, they'll keep them. But the defense got better. He made an improvement. He's
What's
calling
better,
the plays.
though? Like, look, where's the defense ranking?
Let's say 20th.
That's not enough. 20th and the offense sucks. They won 5 games. There's no quarterback.
20th, but with turnovers. Like we're getting turnovers now.
But they only have 5 wins. And again, the offense would be an abomination if they only have 5 wins.
The offense is going to be an abomination.
And he can't survive that because you're going to be drafting a quarterback. Learn from Sam Darnold just winning a fucking Super Bowl. Excuse my language, but I can't take this anymore. Like, hire a real coach for the quarterback. You're going to invest a top 5 pick in all likelihood in.
I want Glenn gone. But just from the way it's laying out and him picking this staff is...
They're not paying the staff any money. These guys, Duker's probably paying them for the job. I mean, again, it's not a money thing. It's an ego thing with Woody. He didn't want a one-and-done a coach he hired and was personally invested in. That wasn't money. Woody's got a ton of money. He just spent $250 to own part of a soccer team.
But he said he wasn't going to step in this year.
Right.
And
he could step in after 2 years and say, I gave Aaron Glenn a chance, just like we gave Gase a chance. We didn't pull the plug on him. I think Glenn will get the 2 full years and then be gone if they don't win games.
So 5 wins with a semi-good defense, and you think he's still gone?
5 wins with a semi-good defense, I think he's gone, yes.
All right. Let's hope. I mean, optimistic but not foolish. But yeah, Gary,
right.
It's on tomorrow. And B, stop talking shit. I'm tired of your shit talking. Like, you talk shit from your attic all the time. Like, you're lucky you're not in person because I would definitely powder my hands up.
How would you do it?
Like all the way back, like a nice pullback. Like, hey, Bees. And as soon as he turned around, Bees.
Screw you, asshole.
Slap the taste out your mouth.
Black Gypsy, thank you.
You're welcome.
Man, Beast and Black Gypsy, there's a lot they could bond over. And they don't see eye to eye right now. Gary, are you ready for your Rumble tomorrow with Black Gypsy?
Yeah, it'd be nice to know if I could know the topic ahead of time, that'd be
Black
great.
Gypsy, can you know the topic?
No preparation.
All right.
Okay.
No preparation.
I'll go into the
That's it. No preparation. All right. One last call, and then we'll do the raffle. Ladies and gentlemen, Jetaholic is the last caller today. What's up,
Jake?
Jetaholic?
It's been a while. So I want to check in. I got a couple quick points. I remember I was a closer a few times a while back. I've been busy, raising a kid and working and all that. But
how's being a dad?
It's tiring, but it's pretty awesome. He just turned 4 months on the 10th, so it's crazy that it's been 4 months already.
That's amazing. Good for you, man.
But I wanted to say, I'll be honest, like a while back, I was kind of like, man, like that's kind of gonna suck if Darnold wins the Super Bowl, and we're just like, what if? But now, like honestly, he never says a bad thing about us. Like he's such a good guy. Like I am happy for him, just like most of the fan base is. Like. I kind of thought, earlier on it would have been painful, but it wasn't. Like it was nice seeing him beat the Patriots and, hoist up that trophy and do all that. So I'm happy for Darnold. And then on the Jets front, I am feeling better about our staff. Like I'm not confident, but I mean, compared to what we've had in years past, this probably is a better staff than, what we've had recently, at least on the offensive side of the ball. I think Reich kind of got a raw end of the deal in Indy with all the injuries and all the change and stuff. And then obviously the Panthers were a mess. Like obviously he's not some great home run hire, but at least he'll provide some stability. And then as far as the quarterbacks, I really like for our options. I mean, yeah, again, they're not great, but Cousins, I would be open to Carr. I'm not like crazy in love with Derek Carr, but I feel like maybe he has some left in the tank, and then Brissett and Jameis would be my 2 trade options. But I don't know. Those are probably our 4 best options right there, because that's kind of where we're at. And then maybe draft a rookie and hopefully they can groom them and go from there. If not, we're marching for Arch, right?
Get your shirts. Get
Yep.
one for your 4-month-old.
Yeah, good. Anyways, go Jets. Thanks for taking my call. I'm gonna try to call in more and enjoy your dinner plans.
I appreciate it, Jedaholic. Good call. Jedaholic, I don't think he was in Asmaniac Madness last year, but he's become a regular. He'll be in there this year, I'd imagine. Selection Sunday's upon us. Committee's going to be starting to hammer out the brackets this weekend. We'll get you guys all the dates for that coming up. But I'm excited for Asmaniac Madness. Now, before we wrap up, I just saw this. Gary wrote in, can he give advice to Jedaholic on being a dad? So I'm sure this will definitely go well. Go ahead, Gary. What's your advice for Jedaholic?
So he had a boy, right? He has a 4-month-old son. The best advice you can have, the best thing you can do for your son is to go have another son as quickly as possible. So go grab the little lady and go make another son. That's the best thing you can do for your son, is having another son, which is to say a brother, as quickly as possible.
What if it's a daughter, though? Then what?
Well, then keep trying for another brother.
Calm your freaky down.
You don't have to stop. You can keep going.
Calm your freaky down.
You have a brother, right?
I do.
As a kid, growing up, was there anything better than having a brother?
We would fight all the time.
That's good, though. That's good. I fought with my brother all the time, too.
But
right?
now it's
my
pretty
only
good.
regret is that I'm not closer with my brother, right? Like, the best thing you could do for a son is to have another son as quickly as possible.
How come you're not close with your brother? He believes women should vote?
It's not that we're not close. We're close. It's not we don't dislike each other. We're just, like some brothers are like super, super tight. We're not super, super tight. We're good. I love my brother. I could call him up right now and he would do whatever I needed.
What's his stance on the moon landing? He thinks it happened?
He's more normie than me. Maybe that's why we're not super close. He's got pretty normal standard views on things. He's also a Yankees Giants fan, so he's a lot more spoiled as a sports fan. I think that has a lot to do with your character, right? Like if you're a Yankees fan and a Giants fan, life's pretty good. You don't really have to struggle.
Well, it's been a while for the Yankees for their standards. Giants have been a mess since their second Super Bowl.
He's 45. Yeah. So, I mean, he's seen.
You got the dynasty. Yep.
He has seen all the 90s.
Here's good advice I'd give to Jedaholic. Do this to your young 4-month-old.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Do what Woody does to Glenn. Give your son a hug every day. All right, I'm ready for the raffle here. Are you guys? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give away a signed Wayne Krebet helmet. That's right. Before we do any of that, though, we bring on our master of raffle ceremony.
Are we ready?
Oh, we're ready.
It is time to spin the 2026 wheel.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Oh, baby. Here we go. Everyone who entered is in the Wheel of Champions here. This combines the morning stream, the second stream yesterday afternoon, because we only got like 4 entries, and this show today. Good luck to everyone. Remember, for this week, if you call in, you get a raffle ticket. Times are slow. We got Asmaniac Madness coming up. We want to hear from as many people as possible. Give the committee one final look at some of your favorite callers that make the show the show. Here we go. Good luck to all. You guys are the best. If you win, asmanjake@gmail.com. Name and address so I know where to send the Krebet helmet to. On that note, one spin to determine the winner, and the winner is Jetstream. Jetstream 1989 is the actual name. He is the winner of this raffle. Jetstream, congratulations. Hit it, Ed.
How about we might as well be on a cyclone in Brooklyn on the boardwalk, because this is how the game's going. Up and down, up and down. Can we get off already? Can we get off?
Unbelievable. All right, that does it. Hey, I mentioned this earlier. If you want to watch the Monday Night Football documentary, the Monday Night Miracle doc, that Vice TV featured me, Fireman Ed, Curtis Martin, and others in. If you're a Patreon member, you can watch the full thing ad-free. Only on Patreon, though. Maybe that will get you to sign up. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. You can check it out. If you haven't seen it yet, here's a short clip from it, and maybe you'll want to watch it after you see this. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Matt O'Leary is the projected guest. I'll talk to you guys then. Go Jets, everybody.
The Jets regroup for one last chance to tie the game. In 3 minutes, they move the ball to the 3-yard line of the Dolphins.
I'm thinking that they're going to run the ball to Curtis Martin.
Instead, on 3rd and goal and time running out, the New York coaching staff looked deep into their playbook. With the game in the balance, the Jets designate offensive lineman Jumbo Elliott as an eligible receiver.
The play comes in, and Benny comes back to the huddle like he's about to tell us a secret. He says, all right, guys, we're going to Jumbo. And we're all like, the game's on the line, and you're going to throw the ball to Jumbo, but then it's like brilliant. I think he would be the last thought that the Dolphins or their coaches or the owners or anyone would ever think that we're going to throw the ball to Jumbo.
For good reason. In his 13 years as an NFL offensive lineman, the 6'7", 308-pound John Jumbo Elliott has never even been targeted with a pass in a game.
It was a very quick play. It was a fake handoff to one of us. Like as soon as he would fake it, he would come back up and throw the ball because Jumbo guarantee is going to be open.
When Vinny drops back in play actions, you can't believe it that you seen him throwing it to Jumbo Elliott.
And really, it was all happening in slow motion.
It felt like that ball was in the air forever watching it live in real time.
And he bobbles the ball. We're flipping out like he's gonna drop the ball.
We knew that he could catch the ball, but we always questioned it, because he wasn't the most agile guy. You could see Jumbo's face, and it's like his eyes were crossed, his mouth was wide open, and you could just tell, like, he was trying to do everything to not drop that ball.
Is he gonna catch this thing, or like what's gonna happen? And he falls on it,
and he cuddles it, without hitting the ground. Did he make that catch? We're looking on the screen. We're looking up, and all of a sudden you see, and the place erupts.
Even though a lot of people had left, it was so loud.
I mean, to this day, it's one of the more iconic moments in the history of the Jets. And really, it's one of the most iconic plays in the history of the NFL and Monday Night Football, with the entire nation watching, this historic comeback.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets.